Good morning, Sec2. Today I will be presenting about the color schemes. So you won't be continuing your initial ideas artwork. What I need all of you to do is to sit and listen and pay attention because once you're done with your initial ideas artwork, the one that you have been working on for the past few meetings, then you are going to work on the second page wherein you're going to color that. And when you color, I need you to choose and apply a color scheme on your work. So it is important that you understand and you know these color schemes that you can choose from. So before I start this presentation, I need you all to know that by the end of the discussion, the presentation, you will be answering set of questions, a formative test that I posted in Google Classroom. So in Google Classroom, under term 3 tasks, you will see there formative test, color scheme task. So you may want to prepare your device before I start with this presentation. So if you do not have your device with you, you can ask permission from the teacher in the room and get your device. I'll give you all a minute to prepare your iPad or your laptop. Mobile phone is not allowed. Again, to those who do not know what is happening, I need you all to prepare your device, your iPad or your laptop. And in Google Classroom, when you go to classwork, you will see there the slides that I have prepared. So if you want to view the slides while I am explaining, then you can also do that. And like I said, after this presentation, in 10 minutes, you have to answer the questions that I have prepared about the color schemes. So that is what you have to do before the end of the class. All right, so I am assuming that you already have your device with you. Then let me start with our lesson. So first, let us review the 7 elements of art. Again, we have 7 elements: line, shape, form, value, color, texture, and space. So I'm not sure if you remember the meaning of all these elements, but then on your initial ideas artwork, you are applying their line, shape, form, value to some of you. And then of course, space, illusion of space, because you have there your perspective drawing. So color will be visible on your second page of your project making, which is the one that you have to color and you have to apply a color scheme in coloring your artwork. So color simply refers to reflected light. Without light source, we won't be able to see color. And to understand color and color scheme, we need to also review the color wheel, the colors that are bent into a circle. And here we have our primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. Secondary colors: orange, purple, violet, and green. And then the tertiary colors: yellow, orange, red, violet, blue, green, and yellow, green. So we will be using the color wheel to understand the different color schemes that I will be presenting. So what is a color scheme? This is the intelligent ways, the systematic ways of using the colors together in an artwork. So this is according to its arrangement on the color wheel. So it helps us decide what colors to use, to choose, for us to have contrast, for us to have harmony in our work. So it helps us to think and decide and choose the colors that we can use in our work. So I have here 8 color schemes. And I will try to explain each of these in a very simple, easy to understand manner. So we have monochromatic, complementary, split complementary, analogous triad, tetrad, warm colors, and cool colors. So like I said, I'm going to explain all of these color schemes in a very simple manner, but I need you all to pay attention and to make sure that you are listening, you are following, you're not doing something else on your device. So let us start with the monochromatic color scheme, which consists of one color only, and then the tint and shades. So monochromatic, mono means one, and chroma means color. So from the name of this color scheme, that means we only use one color. And then for you to be able to create the illusion of form, for you to have the 3D effect on your artwork, when you use this color scheme, you have to use the tints and shades. So you may be familiar with the word shade, but then may not be that familiar with this word tint. So let's just review this one first. So when we say tint, it refers to light tones, and we can produce these tones by adding white to our color. So if, for example, that you're going to use acrylic paints on your color scheme artwork, then you have to add white to your color to produce the light tones. And then shades refers to dark tones. And well, basically, you can add black to your color. But then later you will understand that in order for you to create shades, it's not only black. Sometimes you use brown, we use paints gray or bluish gray, like some dark tones to create shades. All right, so these are examples of monochromatic color schemes. So this is the monochrome of green, and then just the tint and shades on the artwork so that it will look three-dimensional. Just like this one here. This is all green. Added white on the highlight, on the mid-tone. For the core shadow, of course, it's a shadow, so it's a shade. You add black to it or dark color, cast shadow. This is dark. So just the color and then the tint and shades. Same with this one. Monochrome of red. Again, just red as the color, and then white. Adding white to red to produce tints or light tones, and then shades or dark tones for the core shadow and for some darker areas here. This is an example of, this is one of the paintings of Pablo Picasso, a famous artist, Old Jew and a Boy. So this is a monochromatic color scheme as well. These artworks are artworks of secondary 3 students. I just want to share the artworks that they've done in term 1. So this is a monochrome of purple. It was made by Nano. And then this one is Yoyo's artwork, secondary 3 students as well. So monochrome of purple, monochrome of red. So again, mono means one, chroma means color. So purple and then white and black for the shades. So that is what monochromatic painting is all about. Next is the complementary color scheme. So complementary color scheme, so these are colors that are found directly across each other on the color wheel. The opposite of a color. So for example, green, the opposite of green or the one across green on the color wheel is red. So you don't really need to memorize. Well, later on you will get used to it and you will remember the colors that complements each other. But then it's always easier to use a color wheel to remind you of the colors that complements each other. So here we have yellow and purple, orange and blue. And these are the list of complementary colors: red and green, yellow and violet, blue, violet, and orange, yellow, green, and red, purple, yellow, orange, and blue, violet, red, orange, and blue, green, red, violet, and yellow, green, red, orange, and blue, green, blue, violet, and yellow, orange. But like I said, you don't have to memorize these colors that complements each other. You just need to use a color wheel to guide you with this color scheme. So these are examples of artworks that use the complementary color schemes. So we have here red and green, purple and yellow, blue and orange. And this is an example of a famous painting, The Scream of Edvard Munch. So he used mainly orange and blue. That's why it is considered a complementary color scheme painting. Split complementary. So this is the third, another example of a color scheme. And this is, again, split complementary. And as what the name implies, split colors or split complements. For example, we have here yellow. Complementary color of yellow is purple. So instead of using purple for the color scheme, we use the adjacent colors of purple, which is blue purple and red purple. So split complementary is a combination of three colors, a color, and the two adjacent colors if it's complementary. So here we have another example. Red and green, they are complementary colors. So if you want to use red as your main color and complements them with blue-green and yellow-green, so this is a set of split complementary color scheme, just like on this artwork. So this is a comparison of split complementary and complementary color scheme. So here we have red and green. On the split complementary, instead of using green, then we use the adjacent colors of green, blue-green, and yellow-green. All right, so we're done with monochromatic, complementary, split complementary. Now we have the analogous color scheme. Analogous means comparable. So comparable in some respect. So these colors that are next to each other in the color wheel, they have the same characteristics. They have in them the primary color yellow, like yellow, orange, and orange. So for you to be able to produce orange, you need to mix yellow and red. So these analogous colors, again, is an example of a color scheme. So it consists of 3 to 4 colors, or 3 to 5, still acceptable for an analogous color scheme, that are next to each other on the color wheel. So here we have different sets of analogous color scheme. Green, blue, blue, violet, violet, yellow, yellow, orange, orange, red, orange, red, red, violet, violet, blue, violet, green, yellow, yellow, orange, and orange. So again, it can be 3 to 5 or 3 to 4 colors that are next to each other in the color wheel. We have here a very direct, very simple example of a color scheme, of analogous color scheme. Red, red, violet, and violet. So like I said, tints and shades are always present in in any of this color scheme, because we need the tints and the shades or the value to create the illusion of form. So this is, or these are famous paintings with analogous color schemes. This is the painting of Vincent Van Gogh, Olive Trees. So he used yellow green, and then we have green, blue-green, and blue. So he used mainly four colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. And then here we have the painting of Claude Monet, the father of Impressionism. And he used yellow green, green, blue green, mainly on this artwork, Water Lilies and Japanese Bridge. So this is considered an analogous color scheme. When you first look at this artwork of Claude Monet, it may look a monochromatic color scheme, but if you pay attention to the palette, palette means the range of colors that the artist used on his or her artwork. So the range of colors that he used for his palette, he has here yellow green on the lilies, green mainly on the background, even on the bridge, some tints and shades, of course, and then blue here. That's why it is considered as analogous, not a monochromatic color scheme. So here I have an example of the analogous color scheme artwork of one of the first students. So she used green, blue-green, blue-green on the book, blue on the shirt, and then blue-violet mainly for the background. So for highlight, she used the tints of green, blue-green for the mid-tone, some of the mid-tone, and then blue and blue-violet for the shadow. So this is also a perfect example of an analogous color scheme. So as you can see here, analogous color scheme, it may not have strong contrast because the colors are comparable to each other. They are very close to each other, but then it creates harmony on the work. So if you are after harmony on your work, then you can use analogous color scheme. Triad. So triad is another example of a color scheme. And this consists of three colors. So these three colors should be equal in distance from each other on the color wheel. So we have here the primary colors as the perfect example of triadic color scheme. Red, blue, and yellow, they are equally distant from each other on the color wheel. And then the secondary colors, we have orange, purple, and green. So they are equally distant from each other in the color wheel. So the logo or the costume of Superman, that is an example, perfect example of a triadic color scheme. And this artwork as well, yellow on the skin tone, blue on the hair, red for the background. Again, a perfect example of a triadic color scheme. Very direct, very easy to understand. Now, this is a genre painting, and this genre painting is considered as a painting with triadic color scheme. First, what is a genre painting? This is just additional information for all of you. So genre painting is a kind of painting that is focused with what the subject is doing on the artwork. So this artwork is not focused with the features of the face of the model, of the subject, but to the work that they are doing. So that is genre painting. They use the ordinary people. They are not kings and queens, not famous people, not rich people, just ordinary people, and then capturing them, painting them while they are doing their work, their daily way of living. So this painting is The Milkmaid by Johannes Vermeer. So I'm not sure if some of you are familiar with Johannes Vermeer, but he's the one who painted The Girl with the Pearl Earring. There's a movie of that, so you may be familiar, some of you. So this is considered a triadic color scheme because it has yellow on this one, on this part, blue, and red. Although you can see other colors like brown, light green, but then the main colors are the triad, yellow, blue, and red. That's why it's considered as a triadic color scheme. Tetrad. So if triad consists of three colors that are equally distant from each other, then tetrad, it means or consists of four colors that are equally distant from each other on the color wheel. And also for you to easily remember, easily understand tetrad, this is also called double complementary. So for example, we have here blue, and the complementary color of blue is orange. And then here we have green and red. So the complementary color of green is red. Complementary of blue is orange. So double complementary. So four colors. So we have here the very easy to understand tetradic artworks. Hair is green and the skin is red. So that is this is one complementary color set. And then we have here blue and orange complementary colors. So double complementary, that's tetrad. This one also very direct, very easy to understand. Red and green, blue and orange. Red is the complementary of green. Blue is the complementary of red. So I mean orange. So double complementary, very good example of the tetradic color scheme. So we have here the painting of Henri Matisse, Madame Matisse with the or also called as the green stripe. This painting here. It is considered as, this is a typo error. Sorry about this. It is a tetradic color scheme or tetrad because of red and green, orange and blue on the hair. So this is considered as a tetradic color scheme, the painting of Henri Matisse. So we also consider color temperatures as color schemes, because like I said, from the beginning of this presentation, color scheme, it means intelligent ways or systematic ways of using colors for us to be able to decide which colors to use to add contrast, to add harmony on our work. Okay, so, and also to add mood to or emotions to our artwork. So here we have cool and warm colors for our color temperature that are considered as color schemes. So cool colors are colors that are typically associated with things that are cold. So yellow, green, green, blue, violet, and violet. So they are the colors that are considered as cool colors. So as you can see here on this sample artworks here on the left, we have blue, blue-green, green, purple. They are all full colors. And then on the right, we have purple, blue-green, green, all cool colors. This will not be considered as cool colors if, for example, the trees here are like orange or yellow or red orange, and then the grass is like ochre. So as you can see here, it's mainly green and blue. So a very direct example of full color scheme. Then the opposite of cool colors, we have the warm colors. So warm colors are colors that are typically associated with things that are warm or hot. So yellow, yellow, orange, red, orange, red, red, orange, and red, violet are considered as warm colors. So we have here direct examples of warm colors. So on this one, we have yellow, yellow, orange, and red, orange, and red. So this is a very good example of warm colors, warm color scheme. And then this one as well. Yellow, yellow, orange, orange, red, orange, red. So a very direct example of a warm color scheme. So these are all the color schemes that you can choose from for your second page of your product design, wherein you have to use a color scheme and apply it to your design. So again, these are the monochromatic color scheme. So again, monochromatic, just one color, and then the tints and the shades or the value. So you can, for example, for monochromatic color scheme, if some of you just want to use a blue pen, I can consider that as your monochromatic, as your medium for doing the monochromatic color scheme. You just need to apply, you can use hatching or cross hatching to add shading to your work. And then for areas that you want to be the highlight or the midtone, then just leave them unshaded. So then it will look three-dimensional. And then again, monochromatic, one color, tints and shades. So you can use ink, blue ink, red ink, if you wish, or colored pencils, watercolor as well can. Complementary colors, colors that are directly across each other in the color wheel. So red and green, yellow and purple. So those colors that are opposites. Split complementary. So using the adjacent colors of the complementary color of a color. So for example, red, instead of using green, you use blue, green, and yellow, green. Analogous colors, comparable colors. These are colors that are next to each other in the color wheel. 3 to 4 colors that are next to each other in the color wheel. So yellow, yellow, green. Sorry, yellow, yellow, orange, orange, or red, orange. Yeah, these are one of the example set of an analogous color. Triad consists of 3 colors that are equally distant from each other on the color wheel. For example, the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, they are equally apart, equally distant from each other on the color wheel. Tetrad, double complementary. So 4 colors that are equally apart, distant from each other on the color wheels. But it's easier to remember that it's the double complementary. So red and green, and then yellow and purple, or blue and orange. Warm colors and cool colors. These are color temperatures And again, warm colors are colors that are associated with warm or hot objects or hot things. Yellow, orange, red, purple. Cool colors, yellow, blue, purple, purples. These are colors that are associated with cold objects or cold things. So again, on Thursday, let me know which color scheme you'd like to apply on your design. But then before you color, of course, you have to start with your line drawing first. So if you think that you are done with your initial ideas artwork, then you can start on Thursday with your line drawing to prepare your work for your color scheme. All right. So now that we're done with our now that I am done with my presentation with the color schemes, then I need you all to log into your Google Classroom and then go to classwork and answer the task formative test color scheme. So you all have 10 minutes to 15 minutes to answer this test. Again, to those who do not know what they are supposed to do, you have to go to Google Classroom, to your Google Classroom, go to classwork, and then on top, you will see term 3 tasks. And then under that, you will see a formative test color scheme. And then answer the set of questions about color schemes. Again, to those who do not know what they are supposed to do at this time, you have to go to Google Classroom, go to classwork, and then under term 3 tasks, you will see there the task with the title formative test color schemes. So you have to click that or view assignment. When you view the full details, then you'll be able to answer the set of questions about the color scheme. So I just need you to answer that to the best of your ability. And you have to do that before the end of the class, before you leave the room. Again, step 2, before you leave the room, you have to finish answering the test. And I will check your answers within the day. That's it for today. Thank you and see you on Thursday. Goodbye.